Hey guys, this is Parandroid and today I'm here with a video about acoustics. The reason why I'm doing that, well, one is I'm a mastering engineer, so I often get bad mixes from people. And often I have the feeling that the people are not the reason but their rooms. The fact that they didn't take the time to do something against at least early reflections. And then I'm a teacher, so people ask me, how do you do that mix? Or how can I improve my mix? How can I learn to mix, etc., etc. And the thing is, you can't learn to mix in an environment which is absolutely, has nothing to do with the facts. One really important step in making music is actually to improve your sound quality by adding acoustic treatment to your studio. That's a fairly important step, and it comes sooner or later for everyone. And it's not the only thing, it's also a lot about how you place your stuff in the studio. I mean, if you look at my studio, for example, it's just a studio room, or it's my working studio room. So that situation is kind of different because I didn't have to make any compromises with audio quality. It's not a bedroom studio, if you want so. It's actually a studio because it's a dedicated room. The first major thing you have to think about is actually placement. And really experienced people that I know are still disregarding that little fact that is so important and is at least as important as the brand and model of speakers that you're buying, and at least as important as placing acoustical treatment in your room. So don't underestimate that. It's a big mistake to underestimate that, and most people do. I am included. I mean, it's a common mistake for someone who's getting into that stuff to just forget to actually place the speakers and the listening position. Everything should be calculated and done by reason. So, for the people of you who maybe don't know a lot about acoustic treatment, let me try to give you an idea of what is happening. So if you're making music, you want to have a realistic representation that is as close to truth as possible. Now the thing is, how does sound work? The speaker sets the air into vibration and it travels, hopefully, mostly in our ears, but the behavior of sound is that will come out of the speaker and will go in all kinds of directions. And also from the side, for example, of course, there is sound emitted. And this sound will travel, obviously, against certain points. So, for example, here, you see now this acoustic panel. And this acoustic panel reduces a certain area in the frequency spectrum. So this one is rather for lows, while the pyramids would be rather for mids, and those little babies here would be rather for high frequency absorption. So the point is why we do that. The reason why we do that is simply that we want the sound from those little babies, and we don't want to have sound that gets reflected off any surfaces and the surrounding area. So the sound goes here. It goes here, obviously, to my listening position, but it also goes here and everywhere around. The most important area in your studio is definitely the closest area around your listening spot. So if you have a look around in this studio, you will notice that everything around here, my main listening spot, is treated. But not all the room. I mean, I'm standing here now in the back end of the room. Sorry, had to focus a little bit. And you can see everything in the close proximity of the listening position is treated with different things. And that prevents the sound from traveling from here to here. And then you have an early reflection that reflects one more time off and then goes here. So that gives you a wrong representation. That basically would add frequencies, because you not only have the frequencies coming out from here into your ear. No, the frequencies come out here. They will deflect from the wall and also arrive here and create an additional boost in this certain frequency on the listening position. We don't want that. So which areas are really important? as I said, close proximity over the listening position on the ceiling. This one is missing in my case. I have it actually, I just didn't put it up yet. I really have to do that. Maybe this is why I do the video as well. So what else do we see? We have the major bass traps that I built them in Berlin with a butter knife. I'm not kidding you. I built them with a butter knife. There are 2.70 m high major bass traps, and if you want we can have a closer look. Well, this is kind of the back side. So you have sort of a triangular shape. I don't know how good you can see it, but it goes here. And then you have like, this is basically the long side of the triangle. And then you have, yeah, the plates going inside. So those are major bass traps, 2.70 m high and 70 cm length here. And massive beasts. And as you can see, I designed them myself, which, yeah, won't get a Nobel Prize for that, but what I did is to actually do 2 bass traps on each side, stacked over on top of each other. And the fantastic thing is that since I have them, I use them already in 3 different studios. So those are portable, massive bass traps. And it's really a thing, you know, people are lazy, and I understand it. I mean, everybody can be lazy. But it's just a little bit of work and it has a massive effects. So then we have the other bass traps, which is those ones, which are basically just a wood frame, and inside of that you have rock wool that absorbs the lower frequencies, and it's not directly behind the cloth. There is a little bit air, and then there is the rock wool. So those ones are really easy to build and very, very powerful. What else is important? Well, when it comes to acoustics, it's incredible how detailed our ear works. I'm gonna tell you something funny. If you are shaved, you have a different perception of frequencies than if you are unshaved. So this is where, to which degree it goes, is this. If you have a full beard, the frequencies, you know, they are traveling, they hit your chin. They hit your chin. I hope it's focused. Let's focus. The frequencies hit your chin and then they travel over your cheek into your ear. Hence, if I have a full beard, my frequency perception will be different from if I am completely shaved. It's a measurable difference. You can place little microphones in that area on a face and actually measure the difference if you are declined to do so. So our ear works incredibly fine. That means also, if I have this speaker and it's set up correctly, okay, and I just turn it a millimeter, and one would say, wait, it's just a millimeter. Well, it's not. It can make drastic changes in your sound. The same goes with this area. The table is also a reflective material that will reflect and will change the sound as part of the area, which can cause early reflections and is often disregarded by people dealing with acoustic. So that was it with this little video. Oops. I hope that I get a thumbs up for you and a subscribe if you are interested in those kinds of stuff, and hope to see you soon.